You could even have a male friend in your life go outside or just somebody who has a low voice, like myself. I have a low voice, and pretend to be Santa Claus on the phone. Good morning. It's Friday, and I have to get ready for the day anyway because I'm making lots of videos for all of you. You've probably had a crazy work week. I know I have. Let's just chill, and I am gonna do some makeup and some hair, and it's gonna be a good time, I think. The idea is that I am going to try and emulate this hairstyle from the lovely Alice Negri, who you might know her as Marla Von Duda. She is on Instagram. She's an illustrator. She's fantastic. She illustrates vintage, looks all the time. And last year she did a holiday hair challenge, which I unfortunately just didn't have time to be part of. So as usual, I am behind the curve by about a year, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to emulate this very easy, it looks like, tutorial for you, because as you can see, even though I curled my hair 2 days ago, we're on day 3 hair, and usually day 3 hair and day 4 hair are the times where this just has only barely lasted. So I know that there are a lot of faces in the last couple of weeks to my channel, and I just wanted to let you know that Old Fashioned AF isn't just a channel. I also have a website and an Instagram profile that I update pretty regularly. And then there's Twitter and Facebook, which I am occasionally on. So if you want to go and take a look at some of those things, then they are linked in the description as well. I am, if you want to call it that, for lack of a better word, I guess, a historian, but I tend to think of myself as a lay historian because I have a minor in history, but my major at college was theater, and I did a lot of design work. I say a lot of, I did a little design work, but that was kind of what my focus was. And my master's degree is actually in secondary education. So I originally started out life as an occasional costume designer and a performing arts teacher. So I am only just now rediscovering, in the last couple of years here, just how much I miss and love doing things like historic interpretation, which was something that I did when I was in college and straight out of college. Unfortunately, that job in the United States, at least, does not pay the bills. Teachers, as we all know, don't get paid very well either in this country, but it feels like nobody gets paid well in this country. Am I right? I feel for any of you who still have to go into work or who have lost your jobs as a result of the ridiculousness that is the situation in our country right now. It's absurd, and I'm sorry. If you've been watching me on Instagram, by the way, then you'll know that this was yesterday's little gift from my advent calendar. And I am going to use it right now because it's texture spray, but I generally will use texture sprays as dry shampoos as well. So I'm just going to go in, give it a little spray. Oh, it smells so good. I love it. You can see right there. It's a little tiny texture spray bottle, but I'm sure that there are full-size ones. My hair now officially feels fresh after 3 days. I have a hair tie, and it looks like I'm gonna separate just a little bit, probably the bit that's always kind of curly here in the front. I separate it so often that I don't even need a pick for it because it just literally comes off my head like that. But it's almost like she's done a middle part here. Until just recently, I didn't even really have the length to be able to do this kind of thing. So thank you, COVID. I don't know. All right, so now I need to pull all of this up into a ponytail. All right, cool. So then the next thing, thankfully, is to take this bit and just kind of pin it out of the way. So that's what I am going to do right now. So since I see a lot of unfamiliar faces in the comments, what is your life story? Tell me in the comments below. Tell me maybe your favorite holiday activity. That would be a really good kind of icebreaker for all of us, right? And in fact, I will start. My absolute favorite holiday activity is making cookies. And if you thought that that was a spoiler, then you are absolutely right. But I also have a few other recipes up my sleeve this holiday season, and I'm already overwhelmed by one of them, you'll be happy to hear. But it's starting to look really good, and I am super excited to try this one. Because believe it or not, you're not allowed to try it on the day you make it. So it's a weird one. And there we are. And drugstore, you need a ponytail donut for this. And I don't have a ponytail donut, but I bet you didn't know, or you probably did, I don't know, again, behind the curve. You can take a sock and you can make a donut out of it. So I'm just gonna cut off basically the top here of the sock. This is great for like when you have socks laying around after laundry and there's only one of them somehow. How did that happen? You can actually make not just a donut, but you can also make hair rats out of socks as well. So then you're just gonna fold it like this, and you're just gonna keep on rolling it, almost like you're turning it inside out. It's gonna maintain this shape for quite a while if you keep using it as a donut. And I'm just gonna put it on my ponytail. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. And then what you do is you just roll it all around and just adjust the hair as you go. Because of course we don't wanna see the hair donut. We just know it's there, wink, wink. So I know, certainly, I'm trying to put on a brave face for all of you because I feel like you deserve it after the craziest year probably in any of our living history. And I know it's frustrating because let me tell you, again, having not left either this space or our old apartment space since basically March to do anything fun, it's rough. I get it. I really do. But it is crucial to the health of you and your family. So I am thinking that I will just let you know a couple of things that you can do at home that are going to be just as satisfying as, say, going on a Starbucks run or whatever it is that you might do during the season. Usually Christmas shop, go out with friends for dinners or for parties or whatever. Here's what you can do at home instead that will hopefully, tick all those boxes for you until you can actually see people in person again, which it sounds like, thankfully, it's not that far away, right? If we can just get through this holiday season together, we're gonna be good. And it's gonna be a really, really great year next year. Before we get into that, so I'm supposed to take this and unpin it, and then I'm gonna tease it, and then quote, pin where you like. Kind of 60s look. Actually thinking I still kind of want this curl in there just at the end. You always want to try and pin underneath your little pin curl so that it holds but the pin isn't super noticeable. Let's just pin this one back then. And yeah, I'm just going to shape that curl because obviously this is not part of her tutorial, but I tend to have a little curl there, don't I? So, and then just like in her tutorial, I have a little sprig of holly. Now that my hair is done, then let's move on to makeup. So in an effort to be safe, I'm going to share with you the things that I at least kind of thought about that will enable you to have a lovely holiday season at home safely with your family, just maybe not in person. Okay? Cool. So the first one that I can think of is actually not at home, hilariously enough, but it is a tradition that I had growing up where we would essentially get into pajamas, which of course I am in my beautiful torrid onesie right now. Not at all vintage looking, although I guess the pattern kind of is, but it is the coziest thing that I own. And as we have already discussed, I am freezing all the time in this house. And why not go for a drive or for a walk down the street and look at all of the pretty Christmas lights? Because you know that since no one has anything to do this year, Christmas displays are probably going to be even more big and crazy beautiful than they usually are. I went ahead and got myself this really cool contour stick thing, so I no longer use eyeliner to contour my face. So I'm gonna just go in here and contour under my chin. You know, we all have those spots that we just feel really uncomfortable with, but what you want to do when you're using makeup is you want to, and this comes, you know, directly out of every home economics journal ever from the first half of the 20th century. You want to accentuate those parts of you that just look the best. So in my case, I have some nice eyes, and I really love a good red lip, and I also have some high cheekbones, but unfortunately, I feel like I have a double chin. So I just want to go in with my contour, and I get rid of my double chin. And then I accentuate those cheekbones. And yes, I did already wash my face. And yes, I am still using Mix Easy because I still have it and it's nice. If you want to watch my skincare video, then you can actually still get 15% off, I think, using the code Tara. Might be overdoing it on the contour, but I kind of love this new stick. So then I'm also going to use this because I just love the feel of it and it's really cute. But it does not have any more Lumi L'Oreal stuff in it anymore, because what I do is I take the top where the little cushion used to be and I actually spritz a little Kat Von D into it. It just makes it easier, I feel like, to, you know, be able to section it out as I need. And I just love this palette. It's kind of my favorite thing. So the next thing that I just love the idea of, and again has become kind of a more recent tradition for me as an adult, but I think that kids could definitely make use of this one too, with adult supervision of course, is making your breakfast the night before, or maybe even a couple days before, and then having it ready in the refrigerator. My personal favorite breakfast for Christmas morning is smoked salmon toast. And what I do is I cut up some onions and some cucumbers. I get out that awesome everything but the bagel seasoning. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And then essentially I just make some scrambled eggs, mix in some smoked salmon, and put it on some toast with all of the trimmings, the onions and cucumbers and the seasoning and all of that, and it is glorious. And for the adults, which hopefully that's all of you at this point, then mulled wine, because cold. All right, and then especially important, since I have so much contouring down here, is blending this, and I blend it down and then out. So now I did mention that one of my favorite things to do at Christmas time also comes from my childhood, and that is decorating cookies. And so what we would do every Christmas Eve is we would make cookies for Santa, and we would decorate them, usually pretty poorly, and we would put them out with some milk. And I know in the British tradition it's a little bit different, but nevertheless it's, you know, a similar concept. And so we would decorate all these cookies, and then we would have a whole bunch of really badly decorated sugar cookies. Sometimes I'll use eyeshadow, but right now I have such thick liner going on today that I don't think it's necessary, but I am gonna go ahead and enhance my brows just a teeny bit, unless I'm trying to achieve a very specific period appropriate look, because brows do matter when it comes to period looks. I just kind of try to go with my natural shape most of the time. My sister just told me about this thing, which I think is kind of fun. I'm sure it's been happening for years, but late to the party. I think that if you have little kids, it might be a really fun thing to have a scheduled call with Santa. I do not know how it works. Do not ask me, because I do not have children of my own. But that said, my niece is apparently getting a call with Santa at some point in this season, and I just think that's a fabulous thing to do. And of course, it's naturally socially distanced. Heck, you could even have a male friend in your life go outside, or just somebody who has a low voice, like myself. I have a low voice, and pretend to be Santa Claus on the phone. And that would be fun too. So you don't even have to like pay for this one, but I know that there are professional Santas out there that probably need work more than usual this year. And you can schedule a call with Santa, and I'm sure that the little children in your life will be very pleased with that if that is your thing. This is the same mascara that I've been using since college. It's the Falsies, again, drugstore. And then finally, of course, the last thing is the lips. I actually don't know what this is. I know it's L'Oreal, but I don't know what the name of it is. I've had it forever and I absolutely love this color, but it doesn't have a label outside of Amaze. So this is L'Oreal in Amaze, whatever kind of lip that is. Right, so now that I am ready, here we are, finished look, and I'm gonna give you one more thing that you can do safely for the holidays with your family. That is to have a party online. Make sure that even if you can't see your loved ones in person, that you connect with them online. And you could, if you have small children, you can read them a story, which is what I plan on doing for my niece. Or you could even just have like a virtual party with cocktails or food and just pretend that you're all in the same place, because I know it's hard. And I know I would be on my way down to Indiana to see my mom or my brother, or out to California to see my sister. But I can't do that right now, and of course you guys shouldn't either. So to make the most of it, let's make sure that we connect with people online, because honestly, that's what the internet's for, right? I hope that these Vlogmas videos have given you something useful. I hope that you're enjoying your holiday season as much as I am as well, despite all of the crazy in the world right now. Don't forget that I am doing a video every day in the lead up to Christmas. So if you would like to subscribe and make sure you jingle the bell so that you can keep up with the Vlogmas happenings. And to all of you folks who are new, welcome. I am so excited that you have chosen to spend time with me here on the internet. You need to tell me what your favorite activity is during the holiday season in the comments below. So go down there and start typing right now. See you tomorrow.